to it like you don't know what you're doing. Sometimes you just have not been educated in that area, and instead of insulting the person, you just need to go get your education up.
Random disclaimer.
Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Latoya Ebony. I do type 4 natural hair care videos, and today I just gotta get a few things off my chest. I really do. I'm in the process of refreshing this puff and possibly doing something a little different with my hair. There is still sea moss gel in it, which means that there's some little flaky bits. You see, but we trying to make it work, okay? We're gonna fix this hair right on up if I have anything to say about it. Now I'm gonna say some things that's probably going to upset at least a small portion of people, and I'm okay with having disagreements. Just keep it respectful in the comments, y'all. I love the natural hair community. You guys, it has taught me so much. I have been able to contribute. I consider myself a part of the natural hair community. A lot of the people in the natural hair community are Black, and so some of these issues are specifically like around Black people, but a lot of them ain't. I'm just gonna be freshening my hair up. I just got this the other day. This is the Melanin Multi-Use Softening Leave-In Conditioner. I'm gonna soften it up with some water. Y'all ready? All right, buckle up. If this does not apply to you, then just, let it go on by. That's okay. But I have got to say that 4C hair is the most gatekeeped hair like out there. Y'all be gatekeeping 4C hair like it's y'all job. And now here's the thing. I have to say this, right? Being a 4C gal myself, I understand. Because there's a lot of people that use 4C in their title, their hashtags, because they know that they're gonna get clicked. They know that they're gonna get the views. I get that. And when I was, up and coming and trying to figure out my hair, I was really frustrating to see 4C in the title and be like, but my hair don't do that. And so it would further perpetuate the insecurity that I had with my hair based on these societal standards that I just could not meet. So let's just put that out there. That is something that I definitely understand. So I see where it comes from. And I do think that people sometimes do need to be checked, right? This is specifically on Instagram. I follow a lot of natural hair pages. Well, maybe like 2 or 3 natural hair pages, but they post like 2-3 times a day. So I feel like I'm following like 50 of them. Anytime that there's someone with type 4 hair or someone who says that they're 4C hair, I mean, the comments are flooded with arguments about whether this person has 4C hair or not. They trying to learn from the pose. They're not saying, oh, her hairstyle is cute, but I mean, you don't have to scroll down for too long before you realize that there's a whole argument with like 72 comments under that comment. Gotta click it and see all the replies. Y'all, it's a mess. I think that there's a way to kindly educate people, but half the time the people that need to hear aren't even the ones posting it, so it's really just a bunch of people arguing amongst themselves, and the person who needs to be told, sometimes they don't even get the right information. So I would just love to not see that anymore. Like, I feel like there's so much information on the internet, like what is 4C hair, what is not. Also, the same can apply to general hair care pages where it's just Black hair care, and there's somebody with relaxed hair and they'd be like, oh, she just needs to cut that off. Or there's a whole bunch of people in the natural hair community literally attacking this person for chemically treating their hair, especially if they say hashtag healthy hair. Did I get you? Did I get you? Now, if hair has been altered by a chemical, it literally is breaking down the chemical bonds of the hair. So scientifically speaking, healthy and chemically broken down, to me, it doesn't make any sense. However, I have seen plenty of relaxed hair people who have beautiful hair who seem to be taking care of it. It's thick, it's shiny, it's thin, it's long, it's whatever it is, and they seem to be doing their thing with it. And I can appreciate what someone does with their chemically treated hair and not have to bash them for for relaxing their hair. Like, I don't understand why there needs to be like a whole battle and a whole bashing session just because we see somebody with relaxed hair, especially if their hair looks really nice. It's just like, I don't, like, it looks nice. Why do you have to like try to say something bad about it? Like, it looks nice, let her do her, boo, like, whatever. I'd be like, oh, that looks cool, but that does not apply, swipe. So you have a lot of these old like hairstylists, and I don't want to call them old, but old ideal hairstylists who are also pre-imposing their idea on what's beautiful on you. So you begin your hair done, like, ooh, your hair is just, ooh, it's thick, ooh, ooh. And these days, you know, they be trying to be on the slide, like, not say like it's nappy, but they be like, ooh, you got a lot of hair, you got a lot. And it's all about the tone. Or sometimes they'll like go on social media and be like, after the client leaves and whatnot, and just be like, this is an example of what not to do. Maybe they're cutting people's locks off for the first time, or they're detangling hair. And I mean, just fess up to it, like you don't know what you're doing. Sometimes you just have not been educated in that area, and instead of insulting the person, you just need to go get your education up. And I think that there needs to be a nice marriage between cosmetology, like hairstylists, people who are licensed to do hair, scientists, and people who formulate concoctions, ingredients, who know the molecular structure of hair care, and just the everyday lay person like me and you who knows their hair. So when I sit down and I tell you about my hair, like, some of that should be taken into consideration. I think that if those three things are married, then we'll have a much healthier conversation about hair. So what I'm gonna do is take my hair. I think I want to do kind of like a slight pompadour-ish situation. So I'm going to see, child, let me put some oil on the ends. I already have a lot of product in my hair, even though it's pretty dry right now. So I don't want to oversaturate it with a bunch more product when I really don't need it. On my blog, I have like a blog post about the difference between 4B and 4C hair, and I took that video down because I needed like better pictures to represent 4B hair. This woman literally was just like,
that type of hair does not exist. I'm in school right now and I asked my teacher and they said that a Z type strand doesn't exist.
I feel like the more you learn, the more you know that you don't know. I haven't been to every other place in the world. Like, just because I haven't seen it with my own eyes and my own experience does not mean that it exists. If there are hundreds of people around the world saying that this exists, like, so you don't have a coil, there's nothing wrong with your hair. Like, do you really think that that stupid hair chart, I don't want to call it stupid, but do you think that that hair chart really can represent all of the billions of people all over the world? Like, absolutely not. I feel like that's kind of common sense, but sometimes people just get on their high horse like, well, I've never seen anybody with this, so that's just not possible. And it's like, have a little humility. Maybe it is. Like, if people are literally in the comments saying like, I have 4B hair, like, why do we automatically assume that they don't know what they're talking about? So I put that hair tie in my hair. It looks like I'm being rougher than I actually am, but I am being I'm a little frustrated. See, maybe I should not have had this conversation while I'm doing my hair, but we're gonna continue. I digress. I need more representation of 4C hair that is long, because I feel like on all of the charts and stuff, whenever they talk about 4C hair, it's always like very short, or maybe it's just in a shrunken state. Like, I don't know. You know, like, even for me, if I wet my hair, it shrinks up. Maybe that's what it is. But let me just tell you guys, I did not start getting questions about whether my hair was 4C or not until it started getting longer. That's just what happened. I don't know. And then I started doing wash and goes, and people was like, wait a damn minute. This is not possible. What do you mean? And I'm just here to say that it is. First of all, curl pattern is not the same as texture. I get so many people who are just like,
that can't be right because my hair doesn't look like that, or yep, she got this because I got this and my hair does the same thing.
In reality is, we're all like kind of looking at people from a lens, right? Like, you can't be up on my hair or whatever. So a portion of it is like, you just have to believe me. There are so many factors that determine what a hair pattern can look like. The texture is not the same as the pattern, right? You can have like a silky texture, you can have a cottony texture, you can have oh my god, there's so many. You can have more sheen than another person. Porosity also plays, the environment you lived in. I don't know if I've ever said that. The products that you use, it really does matter. Let's just put this in the ether as well. Oh, she on a roll today, y'all. Hair content creators, we literally get sent like the best, sometimes the most expensive products out there for free. I don't like clutter, so I actually don't accept a lot of them. You know, like I'm like, no. But a lot, and then on top of that, a lot of us just like to buy products, right? It's literally a part of our job to experiment with our hair and try to help you choose the right products for your hair. As a result, a lot of us, we are wetting our hair on a consistent basis, weekly, sometimes even more than that. And the average everyday person that I talk to does not do that. They're not constantly wetting their hair. They're not constantly washing their hair. And a lot of them don't have access to some of the products that, you know, these content creators like myself have access to. You know, combined with whether you live in a humid environment, you have to deal with a whole lot of frizz or shrinkage versus like a dry, hot environment like a California. There's just not one size that fits all. And just because you haven't experienced it or your hair don't do it, don't mean that a person is necessarily lying either. Just saying. Relaxing your hair does not mean that you hate yourself. Wearing weaves and wigs does not mean that you hate yourself or that you're not black enough or you don't like how you look. It doesn't always mean that. You know, I think like so many people have different reasons why they want to relax their hair. Like maybe their natural hair really is not fitting for their lifestyle. I can accept that, right? Based on my knowledge and my experience, I feel like the whole world could be natural. I feel like it's really not that hard once you get the hang of it. And I do feel like that sometimes it is a little bit of that societal conditioning that sort of gets into the mind. However, it doesn't necessarily mean that that person like hates themselves. There are some people who are just like, look, I just want to try something different. I just need something different. And then they relax their hair and then they cut it all off and go natural again. Like, it doesn't always have to be like this like long spiritual journey. For me, it was very much like a this is important to me sort of situation, but that's just like not everybody's story. At the end of the day, if we really want to talk about it, like a racist is not going to be like, I'm not going to be a bigot towards you because you have natural hair. Like that just like doesn't exist. I'm not gonna say bad things. I'm not going to harm you because you, my friend, you wear a wig. Oh, you have a chemical relaxer? That matters. That only exists on the internet. Like, I don't have this checklist of like, are you natural? Check. Like, I care about your values, what you fight for, what you stand up for. Like, that's what I care about. I don't care if you're natural or relaxed. Like, that's not a prerequisite to like be my friend. That just doesn't exist. I mean, maybe it does, but I would just think you're crazy and I just wouldn't be a friend. Like, it's just weird. I'm gonna need moms, dads, grandparents, great-great-grandparents. I'm gonna need y'all to just stop shaming our baby's features. Like, I'm gonna need y'all to stop checking the earlobes and the knuckles to see how dark they gonna be. I'm gonna need y'all to stop like examining. I'm gonna need y'all to stop examining our babies and trying to figure out, you know, the hair texture and if they're gonna have good hair and bad hair. Like, I'm gonna need that to just stop. I feel like that needs to die. That just needs to die. And stop trying to like foresee the future for them. I feel like it's so toxic, and we all know where it comes from, right? It comes from the need of survival. The lighter, the brighter, the better, the more successful, the more opportunities you get. Like, this is like literal, can I say it? It's literally like the mentality from slavery, like creeping its way into our time now. Like, and we don't even realize that stuff is happening. It's like, stop with it. Stop. I still love you though, but just stop. For real, I'm tired. I'm gonna just throw this one in there. I'm gonna just throw it in there. Just it has nothing to do with hair, but it has to do with body types. Listen, Skinny people are allowed to celebrate their bodies too. Like, and I'm so serious because like we are on this body positive, which I love. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that we're celebrating different people's body types. But like, if we're gonna say we're celebrating different people's body types, like let it actually be different people's body types. Like a skinny person just putting a photo like up, it doesn't mean that they're like trying to shame anybody. Like can they appreciate their body too? They can, okay? And also, while I'm on the topic, I do also want to point out that I'm noticing that even if a person's curvy, it has to be actual curvy. I'm noticing that there are only certain body types that are actually celebrated, and altogether that is an hourglass shape. It doesn't matter if the person is thin, it does not matter if the person is bigger, it does not matter. As long as it is an hourglass shape, it is celebrated. Can we just recognize that like people who don't have that body shape are allowed to celebrate their bodies too and not be like fat shamed or skinny shamed? Like, can we just have everybody acknowledging and accepting and celebrating the fact that there's like a bunch of other body types? And if we gonna say we gonna do it and be hashtag body positive, then we should probably just be hashtag body positive and stop shaming everybody and just mind your business. If you see something you don't like, just keep on scrolling. Child, I don't even got enough energy to ruminate on colorism because that is such a, oh my God, it is such a layered topic. You guys, it's so deep, but I do want to reach a point where like everybody can celebrate what they look like, skin color, body type, and it doesn't necessarily have to take away from somebody else just because you love what you look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to see it. I really would. Like this, okay, so this is the finished style. Anyway, comment down below. Thank you for watching to the end. I have like a whole playlist of like controversial, weird stuff that I like to talk about. I'll put that up there, and if you're just interested in hairstyles in general, I'll put a little playlist right there, all right? Don't be mad at me, all right? Be respectful down there. I love y'all. Bye.